Hello, what's up? Ali here of one update on our PS4 and PS5 jailbreak. A few days ago, someone has shared a video running Cturt's Mast1c0re exploit on the latest firmware of both PS4 and PS5. First, we'll read through the whole article to know more about this update or this news, and later we'll share our insights and opinion as well. On our description, we will share a link of this article from Mololo, so you can go ahead and check them yourself. So, Mast1c0re exploit confirmed working on PS5 latest firmware 6.50. Okay, so security consultant Macaulay Hudson has posted a video demonstrating Cturt's Mast1c0re exploit running on the latest PS5 firmware 6.50. In the video below, you will find the link of that video. We see the Mast1c0re exploit being run through exploitable PS2 game Okage Shadow King, which is then used to remotely load another PS2 game, Midnight Club 3. So what is Mast1c0re for PS5 and PS4? Mast1c0re is an unpatched exploit for PS4 and PS5 which leverages a vulnerability in the PS2 emulation layer of Sony's newer consoles. This vulnerability was disclosed and described with great detail by PlayStation hacker Cturt in September last year. Back then, Cturt stated that Sony had no plan to fix the vulnerability, which seems to be confirmed by today's video showing that the vulnerability is still here in the latest PS5 6.50 firmware, and it is safe to assume in PS4 10.01 as well, as of January 2023. So PS2 native execution, PS5, PS4 ROP chain for further exploits. At the very least, the exploit allows some PS2 code execution, meaning loading PS2 backups as demonstrated in Macaulay's video today, as well as the demo published by Cturt in September, but also PS2 homebrew. Furthermore, as described by Cturt and confirmed by Hudson today, this is a user mode entry point for further hack of the actual PS5 and PS4 stack. Currently, as a ROP chain, such an entry point is always required for a console jailbreak. We've mostly seen a Webkit exploit since being used as such entry points in recent history. But there are exceptions such as Blu-ray vulnerabilities being searched as or being used as an entry point on PS4 and PS5 with BDJB. In this case, this is leveraged by loading some malicious save data in a PS2 game. As such, it could possibly be used as a starting point for a larger PS4 and PS5 hack on recent firmwares. And Cturt has hinted he would actually demonstrate something like that in part 2 of his write-up, which has yet to be published. So these are the link of the video running the Mast1c0re exploit on the latest version or on the latest form of PS5 and also on the PS4. You can go ahead and check this video on wololo.net and you will find the link on our description. Today's video is exciting to me for two reasons. First, it shows that the exploit has indeed not been patched as it runs on the latest PS5 firmware. Of course, we very well understand that Sony have other ways to prevent the hack from spreading. In particular by removing impacted PS2 games from the PSN. This would prevent users from buying it and therefore from running the exploit with it. This is a strategy we're very familiar with, as at some point, running game save exploit was the bread and butter of PSP and PS Vita hacking. Secondly, it shows an independent confirmation of Cturt's write-up. I don't think anybody other than Cturt himself had confirmed until now that his write-up was sufficient to reproduce his results. That question can now be put to rest. With this being said, lots of questions still remain. In particular, Cturt has stated he would provide details on a native PS4 homebrew environment based on this hack, and we're eagerly waiting for that. As far as PS5 is concerned, the current understanding is that achieving native PS5 execution is another level of difficulty beyond what we already have. Alright, so that basically ends the article. So what is this exactly about? First, let us explain what is this Mast1c0re, Basically, it is an entry point to the jailbreak. And since day one of the PS4 jailbreak, we have been using Webkit exploit as our entry point. And aside from the Webkit exploit, there is also the BDJB being developed by the Flow, and also this Mast1c0re being developed by Cturt. But regardless of how many entry points we have, it is still irrelevant without the other end of the full chain, which is the kernel exploit. So it is still too early to jump into the hype and buy this game just for the sake of this exploit. And even if they were able to finally come up with a working kernel exploit, there are still other some entry points for us to be able to access the exploit. And the latest WebKit exploit has also been confirmed working for the latest firmware. And based from the test that we have, it is quite stable. But I'm definitely rooting for this exploit, especially for those who are familiar with the PSP and PS Vita homebrew. They started with a demo, and from there, they were able to develop a very stable jailbreak. And I really do hope that soon, PS4 will be able to have something that the PS Vita have. And hopefully, this will also lead to a permanent jailbreak. But for now, it is still too early. I would suggest to at least wait for the second presentation of Cturt, and from there, you may decide whether if you want to buy this game. But if you just want to buy this game to support Sony, then by all means, please go ahead and do so. But if you are thinking of buying this game for the sake of the jailbreak, there are still some alternatives to access the exploit. So we will end the video here. If you have any questions or suggestions or some things that you would like to share regarding the topic, please go ahead and share them on our comment section. And again, this is Ali. Please go ahead and like and subscribe if you found this video helpful, and I will definitely see you on our next video. Bye-bye.